The River Nile is both a lifeline and a fault line. For thousands of years, its waters have been the heartbeat of Egypt, nourishing the land and the people who call its banks home. The Nile's annual floods once brought rich silt, turning desert into farmland and making civilization possible in an otherwise arid landscape. It has sustained Egypt for millennia, shaping its destiny from ancient times to today. From the grandeur of the pharaohs to the vibrant life of modern Cairo, the river's presence is felt everywhere. It is a source of inspiration, culture, and identity, binding generations together through the ages. Yet, as it winds through 11 countries, the Nile is now a source of fierce division, its waters entangled in history, ambition, and fear. Each nation along its course depends on the river for survival, and each has its own dreams and anxieties about its future. The Nile is no longer just a giver of life. It is a stage for political drama and international tension. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD, stands at the heart of this modern conflict, symbolizing Ethiopia's quest for progress. For Ethiopia, the dam represents hope, a chance to generate electricity, fuel development, and lift millions out of poverty. It is a project of national pride and ambition, promising a brighter future for generations to come. But for Egypt, the stakes could not be higher. Egyptian farmers, whose livelihoods depend on the river's steady flow, watch anxiously as the dam rises upstream. There is fear that the Nile's life-giving waters may dwindle, threatening crops, communities, and a way of life that has endured for centuries. The question is stark. Does the Nile belong to its source, its mouth, or to all who depend on it? Can a river so vital to so many be shared peacefully, or will competition for its waters spark conflict? The answer is as complex as the river itself, winding through the hopes and fears of millions. The answer may reshape the future of a continent, determining whether the Nile remains a river of life or becomes a river of strife for generations to come. Ethiopia's defiance is rooted in a colonial legacy that denied it a voice. The 1929 and 1959 treaties, crafted by colonial powers, gave Egypt and Sudan nearly all the Nile's water, leaving Ethiopia, the river's main source, with nothing. Ethiopia never signed these agreements and rejects their legitimacy. For decades, while Egypt flourished on the Nile's bounty, Ethiopia endured poverty and famine, watching its waters flow away. The GERD is Ethiopia's declaration that the colonial era is over, a demand for a new, fairer order. For Addis Ababa, building the dam is not just about water, but about rewriting history and reclaiming dignity. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, or GERD, stands as Ethiopia's bold leap toward a brighter, more self-sufficient future. Rising from the rugged landscape, this colossal structure is more than just a feat of engineering. It is a symbol of hope, ambition, and national pride. For decades, Ethiopia has dreamed of harnessing the power of the Nile, and now that dream is taking shape in concrete and steel. With the capacity to generate over 5,000 megawatts of electricity, the GERD promises to power millions of homes and industries across the country. For many Ethiopians, this means more than just light. It means opportunity, progress, and a chance to break free from the cycle of poverty. Factories can run longer, children can study after dark, and entire communities can thrive in ways once thought impossible. What makes the GERD truly unique is that it is financed almost entirely by Ethiopians themselves. From small farmers to city dwellers, people from all walks of life have contributed, turning the dam into a powerful symbol of unity and self-reliance. It is a project built not just with money, but with the dreams and determination of an entire nation. The GERD challenges the world's image of Ethiopia, showcasing a country that is ambitious, innovative, and resilient. It is a testament to the skills of Ethiopian engineers and workers, and a clear message that Ethiopia is ready to shape its own destiny. For many, The dam is a source of immense pride, a visible break from a past defined by hardship and struggle. It represents a new chapter, one where Ethiopians can look to the future with hope and confidence. Ethiopia's leaders see the right to development as non-negotiable. The GERD is their chosen instrument of transformation, a project that embodies the nation's aspirations and its determination to secure a better life for future generations. For Ethiopia, to compromise on the dam would be to compromise on the nation's future. The GERD is not just a dam. It is the heartbeat of a nation determined to rise and a beacon of hope for generations to come. For Egypt, the Nile is life itself. Over 90% of its water comes from the river. The GERD's massive reservoir, if mismanaged, could spell disaster-failed crops, water shortages, and social upheaval. Egypt's population is booming, but its water supply is shrinking, fueling deep anxiety. Cairo sees Ethiopia's unilateral actions as a direct threat, forcing it into a defensive stance. The Nile is woven into Egypt's identity. The idea of losing control over its flow is unthinkable. Egyptian leaders warn that all options are on the table to protect their nation's lifeblood. The stakes are nothing less than national survival. Ethiopia's stand is built on three pillars: sovereignty, dignity, and the right to progress for its people. It firmly rejects the notion that it must seek permission to use its own water resources. The GERD, funded by Ethiopians themselves, is a symbol of self-reliance and a break from dependency. Reliable electricity is essential for Ethiopia's future. The dam is the key to unlocking that potential. Accepting Egypt's demands would mean stifling Ethiopia's development and limiting its opportunities. For Addis Ababa, this is not just politics, it's a moral imperative for the nation. Ethiopia's defiance is a stand for its fundamental rights in the 21st century and beyond. At the UN, Ethiopia's message is clear. The Nile is a shared resource, not Egypt's private property. It calls for equitable and reasonable use, rejecting colonial-era treaties it never signed. Ethiopia frames the dispute as a struggle between outdated privilege and modern fairness. The GERD, it argues, can benefit the whole region, regulating floods, reducing silt, and providing power. Ethiopia offers cooperation, but refuses to enshrine Egypt's historical water share in law. It insists on African-led negotiations, free from outside pressure. Ethiopia's plea is for a new, just framework, negotiated among equals, not imposed by history. Years of negotiations have failed to bridge the gulf between Egypt and Ethiopia. Egypt demands a binding treaty to guarantee its water. Ethiopia resists any limits on its sovereignty. Accusations of stalling and bad faith have replaced dialogue. The 2015 Declaration of Principles offered hope, but lacked teeth. With talks deadlocked, Ethiopia pressed ahead, shifting the conflict from words to action. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, or GERD, is no longer just a blueprint or a dream. It is now a monumental reality, standing tall on the Blue Nile. As the dam's turbines begin to hum and the waters gather behind its massive walls, the Nile flows under new rules, largely shaped by Ethiopia's vision for its future. This shift marks a historic turning point for the entire region, as the river that has sustained civilizations for millennia now faces a new era of management and control. The region stands at a crossroads. Will this bold step ignite a spirit of cooperation, or will it deepen old rivalries and spark conflict? The choices made now will echo for generations, shaping the destinies of millions who depend on the Nile's life-giving waters. For Ethiopia, the GERD is more than just a dam. It is a symbol of national pride and a promise of progress. The hope is that it will bring electricity to millions, power new industries, and lift communities out of poverty. Children can study under electric lights, and farmers can irrigate their fields, transforming lives across the country. For Egypt, however, the stakes are nothing short of existential. The Nile is the country's lifeblood, and any threat to its flow raises deep fears of water scarcity, failed crops, and hardship for millions of families. The anxiety is palpable as Egypt's future seems to hang in the balance. Yet despite these tensions, the geography of the Nile binds Ethiopia, Egypt, and their neighbors together. The river's journey through multiple countries is a reminder that endless conflict would be ruinous for all, and that their destinies are inextricably linked by these ancient waters. If managed with wisdom and vision, the GERD could become a catalyst for shared prosperity, delivering energy, stability, and economic